today we're joined by a special guest, Rello32. He's been a good supporter of all of us for ages, and now he's actually started his own Twitch channel. So definitely give that boy a shout out, as well as give him some love, right, guys? So we'll kick over to you, Rello. So tell us a bit about your account, your channel, and yeah, a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a 8 mil cheap to play player. I'm just over 900 days in, and I'm making my way through DD3 right now. I'm on node 8, struggling, kicking my ass.
Who have you got? I think that's global still.
I'm using Phoenix, Strife, Mr. Sinister, Emma, and Ultron.
Yeah, nice. How do you find an Ultron? I got told that he wasn't worth leveling, but
I find him useful. He adds more bodies to be killed.
More minions, basically.
Yeah, cool. That sounds good.
And I'm also in Nietzsche's cluster.
Ooh.
He is.
Whereabouts in that ladder is it?
Yeah, I too am.
That's awesome. So tell us a bit about your channel.
It's just a place to hang out. All you guys got me wanting to start my own streams. Like, hey, I could do it too. Why not?
Is there a anyone can do it?
That's right.
Sometimes I play Halo. Sometimes I play Fortnite and listen to music, whatever was going on. Just talk shit.
Yeah, nice. No, so guys, definitely check him out. There will be a link to his. Do you have YouTube?
No, I don't do YouTube.
Cool. So there will be a link in the YouTube down below for check out Rello. He's a really cool guy. So moving around the round table, Dapper finally has got off NBA, but he kind of looks like he's been concentrating, so he's probably still playing it during this show.
Nah.
So what's going on, brother?
Down. No, not much, man. Just been taking a nice break from MSF. It was like really draining me out, and I was getting like really bored of it real quick. So I stepped down from my main lines. Been very, very casual. Been playing a lot of NBA. And I had to take it, for health reasons, take off from streaming and making YouTube videos. But hopefully next week I'll be back on to the regular.
Excellent. Anything new to report on your account? Or just super casual, so not really?
Sure. So, Nietzsche already knows this, that I'm not a cracking, I'm a slacking right now. But I did pull a 6 red star white tiger.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Nietzsche, where you at, brother? No, you don't got that.
I have not opened mine yet.
Yeah, you still not gonna pull it. And then that's pretty much it with like the new characters. She's gear 12, level 71.
Yeah.
And slowly getting there. About 11.3 TCP. And that's it for me.
Nice. Before I kick over to my boy Lex Lethal, Nietzsche isn't ignoring us. He's just versing, he's doing his war and he's versing Mobile Gamer, so we're actually lucky to have him today because he has to focus. So if I have to ask him a couple of questions a few times, yeah, that's why he's doing that. But Lex, my boy, what is going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing, man?
Fantastic.
Doing very well. So what's been going on in your world?
So in my world, I am approaching 3.2 million TCP, which is nice. I am working towards DD3. I'm very, very, very close. It's coming down to, I don't know, maybe 30 unique gear pieces that I need. My current team that I am taking in for the first 5 characters is going to be Hela, Phoenix, Symbiote, Emma, and Minerva.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, and then I probably move to maybe start working on Thanos after that, and a couple other that I have in mind. And then I am also working on Doom, the Doom campaign. I am on Doom 1.4 right now, and I am trying to get, so it's only Hero, Mystic, or Guardians, and so I'm kind of working on my Guardians a little bit to get through these Doom nodes, because there's lots of unique pieces in the Doom campaign that I need. And so, that's kind of crawling along. I'm stuck in the training map bottleneck right now, as I'm sure everybody has a bottleneck they're stuck in. And yeah, that's about it, man.
Yeah, good. Over to you, Nietzsche. Just came actually back from a PvP tournament with Ken, where they were both hosting that. M7, I believe, won that one. What's been going on, brother?
Not too much. We finished I don't know if last time I had finished Doom.
No, you haven't.
Or DD4. Okay, so, yep, we finished DD4 twice now.
Congratulations.
So we have, thank you. We've got twice.
Well done. God damn.
So we do have Doom unlocked. We've got him 7 yellow for red. Great character. I did a Doom raid the other day, and he just makes it so much easier. Definitely a key character for the Doom raids. He also works in both Mystic and Tech traits, so it's nice to be able to have one character that can go in both. It's been a pretty good week, I would have to say.
So what team are you finding that Doom's the best in? Like the 5 characters, or do you just chuck them with Fantastic Four as a whole with just Doom instead of She-Hulk or Namor? So
I'm guessing you're assuming, or you're talking about War then.
Yeah.
So for War, actually, I'm personally, hopefully no one here from the opposite team is watching.
No, I think you're good, man.
Personally-
I'm watching the chat. You're good.
He is with my Marauders in place of Sabretooth. I think
That sounds like a very nasty team.
it is, and I won't name the team power
Yeah.
at the moment. But it's definitely a good team. They work pretty well together. I think as people start learning the counters for him, he's going to end up being like Ultron and move to offense as an offensive guaranteed kind of victory team. And very well diverse plug and play character. As for Doom raids, I'm using him with Thanos and Ebony Maw, Hela. I forgot the other one, but he's a really good character. He's not Ultron 2.0 though. I don't think he's close, but he's not quite there.
How are you finding him in PvP, or he's an instant ban and you haven't actually been able to use him?
I actually have not PvP'd with him yet. I've been a little bit lax in how often I've been PvPing lately, and I just got him a few days ago.
Hello?
I just got him a few days ago. I've not had the time to PvP with him yet, and I did not get the opportunity to enter in the tournament we were hosting. But in RTA, he's been great.
Oh, I bet.
I've been throwing him in RTA with Zemo, Longshot, Shatterstar, and Red Skull, actually.
Nice.
That I don't think I've lost with that team yet.
Yeah, wow. Unfortunately, we all just order RTA, so it's probably a mute point. And Zero, how you been, brother?
Oh, dude, I am amazing, yo.
You look cold.
All I gotta say is that we have competition that you're gonna discuss later on in the video, which I'm really happy about. But I've been, I've already said it when the year started that I'm gonna go casual for just a little bit until I get, a DD4 team, and then once I get my foot in the DD4 area, test out those waters. Hopefully, at some point, Nietzsche's gonna throw out this nice DD4 list, so that way I'm not wasting resources. If he gets around to it, I really hope he does, because I gotta, dude. Gatekeepers. I'm just gonna have to bow down to Nietzsche for that one. But I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that change right now.
How far away are you? How
I'm
soon
pretty
is
far
it?
away. I'm pretty far away.
A year down the road.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I haven't spent any money on the game. Like, the characters are very, at least for me, they're very poorly done or poorly released, and they're starting to rework new characters that, or not new characters, but old characters that have literally no purpose to like redo them or rework them. But you know me, I'm just waiting on my Silver Surfer.
That's where he spends all his money.
Yeah, that's all I got, man.
So for myself, actually, I'm gonna start because I've got a lot of messages on Discord, so we'll go from here. As you probably would have seen, there's another Roundhouse. Roundhouse. Oh, that's what they could have called it. They could have called it Roundhouse, yeah. There's another MSF Roundtable done by Valley, Reminex, and Mobile Gamer. I got a lot of messages throughout the week. My stance is look, good on them. I don't know why you would have chosen Roundtable, but good on them to, yeah, anyway, so some people are salty. I'm like, yeah, well done. And look, they're copying our format, I guess, so that's a compliment to us. And the good thing is when you look up YouTube Roundtable, we come up a lot, so it could be beneficial for the show. Yeah, so not a bad thing, but yeah, Roundtable, interesting choice of name. Anyway, so for my count, look, I am level 80, trying to get up my Black Order to level 80 at the moment, because that's how I'm getting all my cores through Arena. I've got no gear 15s at the moment, unfortunately. I'm thinking Thanos might be my first, not that helps me in the global for Dark Dimension 4. Going through my Dark Dimension 3 the second time through at the moment, which is a lot easier than the first time. I've got a lot more characters. Ghost is an amazing character, and definitely I'm bringing her up for Dark Dimension 4. I did one Zeta on her, and that's pretty good. Unlocked Iceman this week, so I'm only waiting for Bishop to unlock, and then I'll have the X-Men, 2.0, good to go. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I've got some pretty good red stars on that team, so looking forward to that. Okay. Other than that, still not spending any money in the game. It's just getting too much. All it seems to be is more and more characters. So I'm just sort of taking a step back from that, but still enjoying the game. All right, guys. So we had a news. Unfortunately, the news this week was not what I was expecting. What I really wanted was that that 6-month road ahead blog, but which we'll talk about later as our main section. But as going for the news, we got Moon Knight. We've got all these, not his stats, but we've got all these abilities. I'm going to kick it over to Nietzsche as the PvP guy in the group. What do you reckon he's going to be for in PvP? Do you think he's going to be one of those ones that you really strive for? Kind of like, the Baron Zemo, Phoenix, that sort of thing? Or do you think he'll just be like, yeah, he's alright to get whatever?
I think he's going to be upper level, but not a top 10, maybe not even a top 15 type of character. I think he's going to have a niche. He's very RNG based on the debuffs he's going to apply.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be a big factor. Like the debuffs he can apply blind, defense down, disrupt, offense down, slow. He can apply everything, but you can't guarantee it's completely random. So if you're looking to blind someone to prevent that damage, you can't say, oh yeah, this ability is going to do that. So he's also, I believe, without his Shadowland allies, going to be a bit on the slower side, which obviously speed is a very crucial thing in PvP.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of survivability. So I do think he's going to be a viable, good character in PvP. I just don't think he's going to be like the next Zemo or something like that.
Yeah, so no S team for him. So Rello, as a special guest, didn't forget about you. Shadowlands is coming out. This is the final character for Shadowlands. What's your overall feel to Shadowlands, and what do you think the potential of that team is going to actually produce?
Well, I think it gives my Daredevil life again. I got a tier 13 Daredevil, all T4'd out, so I could use him for something again now.
Poor defenders, they're getting chopped away, right? Punisher left them, and so is obviously Daredevil. I've been hearing rumors, and I'd like to see what the floor says, that these guys are going to be a pretty awesome team. But we've been bitten by military skill, or skill military, whatever they are. Do we think that they're going to be able to punch well above their weight, so maybe Marauders or something? We'll kick it over to Rello first.
Repeat that?
So Shadowlands, where do you think they're going to sit in the overall team rankings? Like, do you think they're going to be an A tier, S tier?
I'm scared that they actually might be like a repeat on Skilletary.
Underdogs brought a good point. They'll be super good at 500k power and 11 T4s.
Yeah, like they're gonna rob us on all these T4s to use again, and make us spend more to get more back.
So we'll kick it over to Dapper with Shadowlands, and I think most of the teams coming out are super T4 heavy to really get the full potential. Even to get them working, I know with skill military, you needed like at least 6 to really get that team working. Do you think this is something going forward that you're pretty much going to dump all your T4s in that one team, and then hopefully the next team isn't that counter?
Yeah, so I understand exactly where you're coming from, and yeah, it's going to be like that. But then you also got to remember that depending on the counter, they're going to have to put the same amount of resources too to be able to counter yours. So, for example, with the X-Men team, is it can counter Black Order, but you have to put the same resources on them. So if you don't put the same type of resources, the same type around T4s, you're not gonna be able to do much. Especially if you put on key characters, and also depending on the red stars, also depending on where you at in the war, like what room you have. So it's a lot, and no new team comes easy to counter, meaning that the first few wars people will lose to them because they don't know how to attack them, they don't know how to approach them. So that's what I'm looking for. Like I was fortunate enough to put really good red star on pretty much all of them. My lowest one is Daredevil with 5 red stars.
Yep.
So, I'm just gonna put that on defense. I want to put it with Ultron and see how they do. I'm on Go 4 right now because I'm in a very casual alliance, so I should have a lot of defensive wins.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick this over to Lex, and it's going to be a comment from the chat. So Underdog says, what people should do is hold stuff for the next patch with more X Factor and Silver Surfer coming in. Are we getting to the point now with the game, and kicking over you, Lex, because you've got one of the smaller accounts, do you just sort of go, well, I'll just skip this team and I'll wait for the next team, and then you just get to this holding pattern where you're just constantly waiting because each team seems to be better and better and better than the last team? The power creep, as Ab mentions in the chat, is is definitely real. What are your thoughts on moving forward with each new team that keeps coming out?
So the Axemen just came out, and now we got this Shadowlands team that's coming out. Especially for me, being a lower TCP player, there's so many other things that you end up getting focused on when these new characters comes out. It makes it almost impossible to keep up with them, especially dumping the resources in them that's required to make them a viable team. When you have your resources spread all over the place, they're already spread thin, and now you're talking about bringing in new teams and new characters, which makes it even harder. So usually, yes, I do wait for the next patch or the next team, because it's to try to keep up with all of it on top of what I'm doing. Like, for example, my main goals right now is completing DD3, which is taking a huge amount of resources, and also getting through the Doom node campaign so that I can farm a lot of the unique gear that you need. It almost makes it too hard to keep up with, and so most of the time I just kind of sit back and see how everybody else feels about it, see how they actually do. Scopely makes a lot of claims about, this team is going to be this team is going to be that. You never really know what they're going to be. Just like we were just saying, Skilletary, the Skilletary team is going to be amazing, and we all saw how that turned out. Axemen did turn out to be a good team, obviously, because they have a legendary on it. This Shadowlands team doesn't have a legendary on it, so I'm very skeptical. I think a lot of it has to do with them just getting you to want to spend money in the game. And as Zero said before, I'm just playing very casual, and I'm not really spending a whole lot of money on the game, so it becomes irrelevant to me.
So you brought up a really good point too, and I think because I watched a lot of the videos of the bigger YouTubers, and it's definitely that high end level, right? So they've already got all these teams. If they do reworks, that's fine. They just go get the new character to make that team work. At what point, or what scale do you sort of address, and this is out to Zero, between balancing to get the best team for, X-Men is a really good raid team, for example. Last team would have been Symbiotes. At what point do you stop going for those teams to go through the campaigns and other things? Because Lex was talking about before, he's going through the campaign and he needs it for the gold pieces for Negasonic. You need her for obviously Doc Ock. There's Red Skull there and Proxima to get up your teams. At what point do you think that you just got to stop chasing the meta and go for specific teams to go through the campaigns and stuff?
So there's a quick thing for that. Unless they have specifics, once you get to, chapter 7 in the storyline, past that, if there's no selection of character that you have to use, don't fix what is not broken, dude. They're saying so many teams that are coming out right now that are going to be Black Order, but there's literally Black Order everywhere in the arena. That's where you make all your money for power, for cores, right? So you have to think of it like this: we don't need more characters for these meta teams. We have all the meta teams that are sitting right there, because all the teams that they're claiming that are going to be, this is going to be the big new hip thing, like Lex, Nietzsche, even you and Rello. You guys said it. T4s are going to be heavily used on all these teams to get to the bread and butter to be able to destroy all these other teams, which the Krakens they're gonna buy it regardless, or they have it stocked up to where they can just put it inside if they choose to. If they don't see that it's not going to put out, because you got to think about it. You got to take one character, just one, all the way up to level 80. That's gold and resources right there. You just wasted. Now you got to go through the whole team. Now if it's surrounded by a legendary, then you have stuff that's working for you. But at the same time, a lot of characters or a lot of players, they're going to be running out of gold, which brings us back to
and
needing mercs
as well.
Yeah, and training mats. So, me personally, I'm sitting back and I'm just watching right now. I'm more of a spectator for all the new teams, and they're not beating you don't see in arena. You don't see X-Men sitting at defense. Like you're asking to get tanked down from level or rank 5 all the way to 500 real quick. So why I don't know why they're bringing so many characters out and saying that they're going to be the new meta team when they just want you to spend your money for it.
It's a great point. People are like, have I missed the boat for Black Order? And I would still say no. And even when the meta changes to some other new team, I want Apocalypse to replace it with a picture of Nietzsche's face on it. But Apocalypse and his 4 Horsemen. But it's still going to be a really
good team. Going to change, but it's still Black Order.
It's still Black Order, yeah, after a year.
Everywhere you see is Black Order.
I haven't even seen, and I know there's not many of them, but I still haven't seen Doom in the in it either. It's still Black Order. So, and all the resources people have chucked on, the red stars, it's just very hard to be able to punch up to those teams. I was talking to, I think, Nietzsche. I do like using PvP balance to see, all things equal, how good is each team. And I think sometimes we forget to sort of look at that, like, how much does that team actually bring to me? Because saying to me, and this is where I'm at, people might be different, but saying that this is a really good war team isn't where I'm actually at the game. I'm not at that super high level where each war team has to be super efficient or whatever. I'm still trying to go through the Doom campaign. I'm still trying to get into Dark Dimension 4, and obviously I'm going through my second run of Dark Dimension 3, so it's not, for me, it's not that big of a deal. Symbiotes is the last team, excluding Black Order, is the last team that I've been really happy with chucking all the resources in. It made Dark Dimension 3 super easy for me. I have 4 symbiotes, just walked through it, it was awesome. And then my raids, they're still my number 1 team because Black Order just doesn't have the generation. So that's the last team that I think was the best team to get. Symbiotes were already beautiful. Symbiote Spider-Man's a fantastic character, Carnage and Venom. And then obviously they brought out Anti-Venom and Scream, which is just absolutely bonkers. So I'm happy with that team. But yeah, I unlocked Jubilee and I'm still waiting for Bishop to unlock. But do I want to spend all those training mats, all that gold, all that thing, just to have a team that might be slightly better, but I still need all those T4s? It's an interesting conundrum that I think newer to mid-game play, and I still consider myself mid-game, and I think I'm at 4 million. Still, debating about where you chuck your resources and what bang for buck. So I know one of the good arguments we were talking about before the show actually is Ultron worth taking past Gear 13? Because I know Gear 13 helps you through Dark Dimension 2. When you're at that point when you unlock him at 5 stars again to Gear 13, you pretty much walk through that. He's amazing, but is he worth the T4s and the Gear 14 pieces now? Though Rello, you were saying that he's been pretty good for your Dark Dimension 3 run, so probably still worth it. And once they change him, actually a team that I want to come out and I want them to tell us in the road blog is Ultron with his minions. So like he actually gets minion characters, and then he can still summon his bots as well. I'd like that. An Ultron team would be awesome.
I just want him to get red stars.
Yeah, red stars would be key on him.
I would love that. So moving on from Shadowlands, I think we've talked a bit about Shadowlands. Interesting. There's a new mission coming out for infiltrators, so we'll have to start doing that. A couple of blitzes. We got Black Panther coming. I think most of us are probably on 7-star. I want him to get the rework that he has in Dark Dimension 3. My goodness, he has like 100 turns. He is. I can see where people got confused when they said Wakandan's an awesome team because they just saw this Black Panther in Dark Dimension 3. Pop, 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 pop. Kills all my team. It's amazing. And then we've obviously got Bishop coming, which will complete my team, which I'll be excited about. And then we've got Luke Cage and that. As I said, very upset that they haven't brought out the road ahead for the 6 months. I thought it was meant to be early February, but we're still waiting on that. So we're going to move on to one of my favourite segments because that covers the news. So everyone get your tinfoil hats on, boys. It's Rumour Has It!
Yeah, you two chat. You put your tinfoil hats on. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mendawgs got the.
All right, guys. So, who's got rumors?
I definitely have. I have a streaming rumor. I have that I might be streaming tomorrow, or the next day, or the following day. I don't know. I'm gonna let Thunderbird figure that out. It's definitely a rumor, though.
I heard that rumor.
I heard it might be a legit rumor. But
24-hour stream is what I heard. Just saying.
yeah, I definitely heard that too. But
Yeah, on Sunday.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard he was giving out PS5 and the Xbox.
yeah, I definitely heard he wasn't doing that.
Only a PlayStation 5.
But there was definitely a rumor.
We all want one, man. We all want one.
Yeah, Lex was waiting in line for that one, and
Still waiting for my headband. Still waiting for my headband.
Yeah.
I got the Xbox. I'm good.
This is true. This is very true.
so Tana usually loves to say it's a rumor, but he's the leak master. He's the spill the beans of the. I don't know if he's in the UK or Australia or
I
wherever
believe
he's
he's
from.
Australia.
I don't know, but he says it's a rumor that there's going to be more X-Men coming out, or Astonishing X, whatever you want to call them.
X-Factor.
X4. Oh,
Yeah, those
is it
guys,
Xbox?
and Silver Surfer is supposed to be coming in the next
X-Factor.
pack.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that it's coming out, because I might have to bring out the fat wallet. It's getting pretty thick right now.
That was my rumor, Silver Surfer. Yep.
Yep,
Silver
that's
Surfer's coming.
delicious.
I'm so sick of these X-Men, dude, or mutants. Why so many mutants? Let's get off the mutant game, Scopely. Let's get some other. Silver Surfer's good. Let's go in that direction. Let's get off the mutants. We got plenty of mutants.
I think
Yeah,
we've got
I
to
have,
remember we went through a bio phase and now it's the so I guess Cosmic will be the next phase if it's Silver Surfer.
Oh no, it's definitely City, because now we're moving towards Night Nurse being reworked.
I think she's already been reworked from memory.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't doubt they'd bring another one.
But I unfortunately don't have any rumors. I did hear about the Silver Surfer and the two. What was it, Multiple Man and
Polaris.
So who do we think is going to be the fifth for X Factor?
Oh, I got a rumor too. Somebody I know said that Nova might be coming, and the Eternals, and
Pretty cool.
a champions team, with Captain Marvel.
Oh, what's the Champions team?
I'd have to look at the messages. I don't remember. That's what I heard.
That's
what somebody was telling me.
rumor.
It's a rumor.
Yeah.
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor. Remember? Does it matter?
What I know from the comics, the champions is made up of Miss Marvel, Miles Morales, Amadeus Cho as Brawn,
Ooh.
Nova, Vision's daughter, and a few other people.
Ho, ho, ho.
Isn't it Billy and Tommy Maximoff, right?
No,
Is
they're
that
dead.
it's different in the Oh, they're
Well, he
dead.
did
Okay.
say
It's different.
He did say daughter as well. And they're both
Oh yeah,
boys.
they're dead.
They're dead. Yeah, they died.
they're pretty effing dead, Dale.
But, I heard a rumor that they were gonna fix the crunch for both gear, gold, and train mats. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
It's gotta be a 15. It's gotta be a gear 15.
rumor.
Oh, and I also heard there might be another gear tier, man. We'll see.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
We'll see though.
Alright, so I heard a rumor that the best way to pull 6 and 7 restart characters is you gotta play NBA 2K21 first and then play MSF. That's what I did.
I love
Definitely smell a lie.
it. One of us is not the same. All right, guys. So we'll kick it off to the main topic.
The gear tier in red, and it's not till next year. Okay, next year.
Thank you, Deadpool, for rocking up for.
Thank you,
Rumor Has
Underdog.
It.
I
Love
did
it.
hear that though.
Gear tier red. Ugh, that sounds.
Yeah,
disgusting.
that's what I. Yeah, gear tier red.
I also heard that we're getting a blue ISO 8.
Yes,
That's
tier
true.
2 ISO 8
Yeah.
that you were only going to be able to get in the Doom raid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we won't be getting that for a while.
Yes.
Wait, it's a good time to be alive in the endgame marketplace.
Sucks
Nietzsche's
when you're
like,
middle
yeah.
and early.
It's like,
online,
yeah.
So guys, main topic, road ahead. Understanding that they've already said they did a post about addressing issues, you know, the gear crunch, the train mats, and the there was another one, and the gold crunch. Taking that aside, because obviously, hopefully they fix that, and I'm taking away bug fixes as well. What do we want to see in this 6 months to improve the game? Is there a certain game mode that you would like to see? Certain modifications to game modes? So I'll use one as an example, like Blitz, Sim Blitz. I think that was a pretty good one from the last 6 months. I think that was something that we can all agree was a really good addition. So we'll start off with our special guest, Rello. But what do you want to see out of this game? This road ahead.
They should bring in something like an alliance world boss, like a super meta team that the whole alliance try to take down.
Damn, world boss. I love that.
Yo, where's the shots at, huh? Where's the shots at?
I played also was it Naruto X Boruto, and it had something like that in there, where you have to fight down the Akatsuki, and like you take many turns trying to like take them down one by one, but it's just so hard. So like that should be something like that.
That would be awesome.
Sounds like it sounds like something up Mendawgs Road. I wonder where it's a specific raid, you know.
Get ready for those shots, boys. Star Wars. Yeah, that's one thing that I would like, actually, a raid that goes off the alliance. So it's a bit different to in Star Wars. It's like so they've got, obviously, you fight an AAT, you fight the Rancor, and then the Sith Triumph, which is pretty awesome. And so that would be cool, a world boss for the alliance. I would really enjoy that. Anything else that you'd like to see, Rel, or if that came in, you'd be like, I'm happy?
That would help, but also like what else? Like better ways to get more T4s. Like
that
crunch
T4
is,
crunch. Yeah.
It's really hurting.
Especially
because you have to really hoard. You have to hoard everything just to make sure. Like, wait, do I really want to spend on this character, or should I wait and build up a team and then spend it?
I agree. It's one thing that I think they need to address, especially now that, especially these new teams, which seem to be coming out every second week. They require so many T4s. No, good T4 modification as well as a world boss. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that. Dapper, we're not going to bring in NBA 21K, so excluding that from a game mode from Marvel Strike Force, what would you like to see out of this roadblock?
Well, Rello hit it, right on the head. A game mode to make alliance matter, because right now raids are really dull, war is like meh. So, either doing a special campaign with your alliance mates, a special raid, milestones, but not like these greedy, hungry milestones that you have to use cores, to hit the end. You had to spend like 5,000 cores. So that's just ridiculous per day.
Yeah.
So it's just I really would love to see something like that, and more ways to get red stars, orbs, fragments.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. It's definitely I think the thing that I would like to see is a reduction if you've already got a certain character. It doesn't have to be like it eliminates it, but like there's nothing worse than you're like, oh, I got a gold, and it's like a 6-star of someone you've already got, and you're like, oh, okay, well that was less than adventurous. So any tips for someone new to MSF? Spend lots of money. I heard that's a thing.
Open your wallet. No, hey, hey, look, seriously, my main tip to you, my friend, especially if you're a newer player starting out, just take your time. Don't get caught up in the hype. Remember, it's a marathon. It's not a race. Otherwise, you're gonna end up spending money. That's my main tip.
So my YouTube, I do have a couple of introduction videos to if you were starting. I have to admit, I think Wave 1 Avengers is a very good team early on to go forward. They just had a rework, I want to say October last year. Very good team. So the team that you would be aiming for is Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, Hulk, and the fifth escapes me because Avengers is who? Captain America. If you got those five, I think you'd be able to punch on pretty good. Yeah, so Ab agrees, yeah, definitely Wave 1.
Sinister Six, 2 unlegendaries. They're easy to farm.
That's true. I don't know if Guardians is the best choice anymore.
Yeah, no. I would go. I actually told somebody that the other day that I would go with Sinister Six actually first.
Yeah, and it's easy to get Sinister Six, right? It's easy to get Sinister Six.
Yes,
Electro,
very easily farmable. Rhinos in the Blitz store.
So
you got nodes for Shocker and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Swarm is Arena, Electro, Blitz.
Easy farms, very easy farms.
Mysterio's an early node, yeah, so definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
So Lex, game. What do you want to see out of the road ahead?
Okay, so I had to write these down so I didn't forget. All right, so in PvP, I would like to see maybe some type of 3v3 that you could do, or 1v1 you could do instead of 5v5, 5v5, 5v5. I think it'd be really interesting to see how characters would do against each other individually, and 3v3. I think that would be a cool addition to PvP.
Yeah.
I would like to see some type of objective fix in RTA. I hate the objectives. I hate having to do 600 abilities. It's one hell of a grind. It takes forever. Yeah. It's a damn auto fest. Give us better objectives, man. Straight up. I'm not against real-time arena. It's all right, especially for streaming. It gives you something to do, when you're streaming and stuff like that. But give us better objectives, man. And and then you mentioned already I'd really, really, really love to see some kind of boss raid. I mean, come on, set up a boss raid where all the alliance has to work together to defeat the boss. And when you defeat, and you either collect shards from the boss and you unlock that character or something like that, would be really, really cool. That would get me much more into the game.
Yeah.
Preach, Lex. I will preach. Hallelujah.
Nietzsche. I'm presuming they're all going to be PvP topics, but what would you like to see in the road ahead?
I mean, we already discussed some of the PvP topics with leagues and ladder system. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm a little upset at the DD4 rewards. The amount of materials I received, I know personally, I was able to upgrade a few characters after the first run, and pretty much like 2 characters after the second run. And I felt like that was terrible, because the characters I wanted to upgrade were my mutant characters, and I got 100 of the mutant materials I needed to upgrade, and I needed 170 to upgrade one character.
Oh wow!
To gear tier 14.
Jeez. That is a lot.
Not even gear tier 15.
Yeah. Wow.
To gear tier 14. And I was really upset at the fact that I wasn't given enough materials to be able to upgrade multiple characters. And I think that is a big issue for me. Like SBCs, yeah, you get a decent amount of SBCs, but SFCs, DCs, that is where I'm struggling right now. I don't have enough to do that. And then on top of that, it doesn't really give you materials for so spliced genes is what I need. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here having to farm that. I'm actually refreshing it daily up until the 100 core limit just to try and get my mutants, because there's so many mutants out right now that I need to level. Just trying to get those materials to be able to level them. I haven't gotten one of my new mutants even to 15 or even much less 14. I don't think I'm working on Bishop right now to 14. And it is a grind. It's bad. And I don't know where I'm going to get that specific material because I can't get it from RTA. It's not in the RTA materials. Mm-hmm. Literally, I have to buy it from the store. And even so, like, I can spend $20-$30 and only get 15 of them when I need 170. Like, that's...
Give me some more cheddar, baby.
I mean, we'd already talked about the issue of how much resources you get back from how much you require from Dark Dimension 4 last year. It is good to highlight that again, I think, especially since you have done it and you've sort of experienced it.
It's even worse this time. Dark Dimension 3, I think, actually gave fairly good rewards. Dark Dimension 4, terrible.
Which is interesting too, because I know when I finished Dark Dimension 3, I was able to upgrade a fair few guys up to Gear 14, which makes you feel good, right? After that, you know, mm-hmm. trashy event. Did you get enough resources? So, I mean, you probably would have saved some, but did you get enough resources at least to get Doom? I mean, you'd think that at least they'd give you enough to get Doom up to at least Gear 14 after that slot.
So, I got all the... so, they give you the crunch resources, like the new Gear Tier 15 minis. You know, I think you get like 70 of each. Okay. So they did like even that out. However, the problem is that they don't give you the catalysts, and they don't give you anything for what you would need for 13, 14, and 15, or for all three of those different levels. So you are struggling in that area, and if you have to bring anyone else other than maybe a Doom up, and luckily Doom does fall in a category that is not so tech and mystic. Yeah, it doesn't fall in a category that is super short, because it's been bio for the past several months, and now it's mutant. So those are the two ones everyone is struggling on. So people have been able to save up for it. So could I bring Doom up? Yes. My struggle, I think, was superior focus catalysts, mm-hmm. and it was gold, and just things that, you know, you normally just get or whatever. So
that's so. How would so retroactively, because obviously some of you have already finished it, but would you be happy that they're like, we've increased the rewards for Dark Dimension 4, and then whatever those increases are, they just send to your inbox, since you've already finished it, so you won't be able to get the benefit again?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that, as long as they give me the benefit. Which they won't, but
but they could.
They could, but some of it, like the SBCs, I don't know about the SBCs, but the SFCs, SDCs, and stuff like that, that is a randomized number. So, you know, you give me 450 of those, that's gone in one upgrade. Right?
Yeah, no, it's out of control. So besides the Dark Dimension, obviously Gear 15 crunch, anything else you'd like changed or addressed in the road ahead?
I mean, we talked about PvP for the most part. I want to see ladder system come. I want to see something competitive. Mm-hmm. Raid-wise, I think they're doing okay. I know a lot of people have complaints about Doom Raid. I think they could have added maybe a
difficulty slider,
level difficulty slider, and made, you know, Doom Raid normal or whatever that equal slightly more difficult than 7.5. I don't think they should have reduced it below 7.5 Ultimates, but it should be about equal or a little bit more difficult. And then you can add difficulties past that. For one, it would give us more materials, more orange materials that we were talking about, T4s.
Yeah, of course.
To achieve those levels. And it just would have given... I'm sure they're right now in like, I forgot what they call it, the testing or beta phase of that raid. So I'm sure they're going to come out with it soon. But it's... I would have liked to have seen it come out
straight away.
Or, yeah.
I think it's a hard balance. Shots ready, guys. Obviously play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I'm at the end game in that game. I just got my 3rd Galactic Legend. There'll be some videos coming out about that, but on YouTube. But it's a hard thing to... It seems to be in both games, right? Is that they focus very much on the end plays, which you need to, right? You need to have something to achieve when you're in game. I think what they're missing on both games is that early to mid game, there seems to be nothing. There seems to be a lot of stuff for the end game, but there's not, like, RTA, you just auto. Like, I don't know anyone who actually plays it because it's so many abilities that you need to get, right? This is, Lex mentioned before, 600 and something. Like, you know, I'm not playing that normally, right? I'm autoing it so I can just get through all the milestones.
It's hilarious when I see people in there really playing it to win.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, man.
Yeah,
when you're like playing against somebody and you know they're actually playing because the timer's ticking down, and you're like, "Come on, dude, really? What are you learning from this?"
I agree. I think it could be a very good game mode. I think they just need to change it a little bit. Zero, road ahead. What would you love to see?
So I really would have liked to keep a sustained on the PvP aspect, where they brought, you know, the red stars to be earned, because as RTA came in, I'm assuming that more people that are playing the game now aren't doing PvP anymore, unless obviously, you know, they're...
Oh, so you're talking about that event that if you did X amount of games, you would get a fair few.
Yeah, so you keep getting...
Good. That was really good.
So that would have been the resolution for the Red Star Crunch. So that would have been a sustain to keep, and people will obviously be playing PvP, but as RTA comes out, PvP goes down, because everyone's essentially they're doing PvP in RTA, but they're autoing it for, you know, obviously the objectives.
Yeah.
But if they were to bring that balance into PvP to bring those red stars back, you know, a lot more people would be a little more active. It'll give them something else to do after they're done with the weeklies for RTA. That definitely should come back, I think, personally, so that way, you know, people... Obviously, they'll auto it too. It doesn't matter. Well, yeah, they'll auto that too.
It was solving the issue with the Red Star Crunch as well, right?
Yes.
If you're constantly getting more, you got more chance.
Or it could, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, red stars it could be a weekly thing, right? So like this week, you know, have a chance at doing these dailies. You get 10 promotion credits per day. And once the week is over, you have 50 promotion credits, and then the following week they can choose something else. Like, hey, you know, we'll do like
T4s,
gold
T4s.
promo credits, right? Or T4s, right?
Would you be up for instead of just red stars, like it's a faction? So this week you gain red stars so you got to finish all the missions, but then you gain red stars specifically for, say, defenders this week. Next week it's Sinister Six. The week after that is symbiotes, and whichever way you want to go. But would that be something that people would think, oh, that's actually, you know, this week I'm going to go hard because I want to get my symbiote stars up or something? You're not just going for any red star, you're going specifically for a faction.
Yeah, and that would save them such a huge headache from getting, you know, blasted for like Scream. Scream isn't even out right now to be farmed, but Yellow Jacket was immediately put inside the game. He was in RTA. He's in I think he's in a node, yeah?
Yeah.
He's in a node. So
Okay.
we're getting kicked right in the face, and I need Scream to go up to 7 yellow because I have her at 7 red. So I'm like I don't understand where all these like where they get the the idea. Oh, let's put him in there, but let's there's other characters that need to be put inside the game as well. Like we have one where Ravage Bruiser's there. Why is he in the War Store? Why do we need him there? Oh, no one in the right mind is gonna be buying him out of the War Store. You are high if you are. Nobu is being bought more in the War Store than Ravager Bruiser is.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about it, because Nobu serves a purpose towards Phoenix, but Ravager Bruiser does not.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So it is. I would just like to see more. As newer players come out or newer characters come out, I want to see more newer characters being flushed into the campaigns. Because guess what? Every day, I'm pretty sure he's already hit this wall already, but he'll go and do his dailies with heroes, and he'll just sit there and either if he's missing like SBCs or something of that nature, he's just gonna auto it for his dailies. Go to hero, click. All right, next one, villains, click. All right, I'm done, because at that point he's got everyone at 7 yellow, so like he's just sitting there like, all right, I gotta click this. All right, goodbye. Okay. He's probably going to like Doom Raid, or not Doom Raid, but Doom Campaign, or somewhere else to farm, because we just need more newer characters inside the campaign. That's where we need to be. But I understand why they're not, because the newer players, they don't want the newer players getting the newer characters, but at the same time they got to find that medium, because they got what's her face, Ironheart as like the final boss. Like, come on, like
you're like, what? Trash.
But I'm farming her right now just because I don't have the stars for her. But other than that, like more consistency with newer characters. I totally get Blitz, but we definitely need some, because we've seen him do it already with Yellow Jacket. So I don't know what's stopping them from bringing in those other characters.
You should be able to farm them. Plus, not to mention, it's a long farm. You're talking the last 2 stars, 500 shards just for the last 2 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
the 200 and 300 for the last 2.
Yeah. Once I get him to 6, that's when I chill. That's when I kick back. I'm just like, okay.
He'll get it when he gets it.
Whenever. Yep.
So the couple of things that I would love to see is, and they're both from Star Wars, so shots. Is they bring out a calendar, and the reason I mention this is why I think it's important is because I know a lot of people, especially for the legendaries, are waiting for. So I'll use Magneto for example. I don't think he's been out since November back into the cycle sort of thing. They keep changing it for whatever reason, which stops someone getting obviously Magneto. Black Bolt suddenly dropping, which can affect people because they're trying to get Black Bolt. They're trying to get there as quick as possible. Oh no, Black Bolt's too away, so I've got some time, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's Black Bolt's out, and you're like, well, I'm missing this time. So I think
that screwed me out of a 6-star Black Bolt because of that.
So I think a cadence thing is something that I would love them to address. The other thing that I would like is it's a game mode called Grand Arena. So it's kind of like War, but it's my roster versus say Lex Lethal's. There's different zones, they're worth different points, and there's a bit more. And this could flow into War too, but like a efficiency. So instead of just I just beat 5 characters, so it's worth 25 points. It's how did I have 5 characters at the end? Did I only have 4? I think that'll fix War a bit better too, because you won't have just the who gets there first. It's more efficiency thing. But the Grand Arena is like literally my roster versus your roster. They're usually relatively balanced, as in like, so I'm not going to verse a 12 million person in it, and there's different leagues and stuff, and that's something that I would like to see because it's very competitive and it would be very fun to stream as well.
I think that would be really, really cool. I think that would mesh really, really good actually into PvP, like Nietzsche was saying, some type of ladder system, and they could also fix a lot of bottlenecks and things you guys were saying with some type of rewards or division rewards or placement rewards that you get for that. That would be cool.
So that's something that I would like them. The 2 game modes. And the only reason I bring up 2 things is because I think you've all hit it on the head on a lot of things that would be nice to see. Now, are we going to see any of that? I think we'd be lucky if we see, 5% of that, what we mentioned today. But I think besides the big bug fixes and the gear crunches and train mats and all that stuff, I think a new game mode that's a bit more interactive than RTA. I see where they were trying to go with RTA, and I think it could potentially be very good, but I think Zero hit it on the head with PvP, is that event or milestones, I guess, is probably the more correct term, where you're getting red stars. Man, PvP was so much fun. But who plays PvP now? Like, I play with my mates, which is one of the reasons I came to this game. So I played there. We played on the channel when I'm streaming, and we do some tournaments. But other than that, it seems to, not many people jump in it. And I think one of the reasons is because RTA burns out so many people because you're just constantly auto. All right, guys, that'll do us for this episode. Fantastic episode, so definitely check that out. If you guys have any things hit up on my Discord, any ideas you'd like to see, and then potentially maybe they might come throughout this whole year, not just necessarily in 6 months. Rello, thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't watched this man, very funny dude, definitely check out his channel. As he said before, playing Halo and a whole bunch of other random games, so definitely check him out. Show him some support. Do you have anything to say to our viewers or whatever before we wrap this up?
I am the sus master.
That's true.
You thrown.
Yeah.
That's it. We're taking him out.
This is for you, Rello.
Super sus. Excellent. Yeah, no, really appreciate it. Always love having guests on it, and to expose some other guys. And Strider is in the.
What's up, Strider?
What is going on, brother? Yeah, we sometimes run. Sometimes run a couple of sessions. Always boot out Zero. If he jumps in your thing, he is super sus, and you kick him straight out.
Immediately.
Immediately. Dapper, do you have any final points, brother?
Yes, if you want to get dunked on, get NBA 2K21 on stream and hit me up.
That's all he's
wait, for MSF?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Just keep on grinding. Don't get discouraged for offers and stuff like that. Don't fall for the trap. And if you ever have any questions, you can always reach to any of us in Discord, and we'll be more than glad to help you out, roster review or whatever you need.
Well, harder. Over to you, Lex.
Yeah, so we are the original Roundtable, just so everybody knows. No, I'm just playing. It's all good. But yeah, man, I love you guys. I always have a blast doing the show. Scopely, fix your game. We want to see some new stuff coming into the game, and I can't wait for the next episode, guys.
Sounds good. Nietzsche.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to once again thank Rello for hopping with us. He's always a pleasure to have. It's great getting this going on a weekly basis again after our long ass break.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
And thankful Mendawgs didn't quit.
Yeah, I wasn't going to quit, but it was hard over Christmas. I had to rethink. And Zero.
Like Lex said, this is the original area of the round table, made up of, all 6 Infinity Stones. We always have a random Infinity Stone sitting right over there, but it might be Rello mostly. I don't know if he decides if he wants to keep on grinding with us, but this is the original, you know,
Infinity
MSF
Gauntlet.
Roundtable. Yeah, as you can see on, Mendawgs' his gauntlet on his profile picture. This is the place to be, not the MSF Triangle, wherever they are.
We don't want to throw shade. We don't want to throw shade. Good on them. Good on them. It's a. I think they're trying to steal our brand, but anyway. Look, guys. Happy that we kick this back off. It's always something of a highlight for me for the week. We are obviously staying on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So definitely going to continue on that. As always, we're going to kick off to the after party. So if you're not part of my Discord, jump in so we can have a good chat. Usually drink a couple of drinks and just have a good time. Let's see who we're going to